Question number 1. I'm not completely new to coaching, about a year into my offer. And although I'm not a complete beginner, I feel like I need to come off as more of an authority in the industry. How can I present myself as more of a credible coach? That question is from Austin T.
Oh, that's a real easy answer. There's a real answer. It's not just a mindset thing. So in our program, we teach our coaches how to build a lead magnet and then set up an audience growth funnel. Now, what they don't know is what we're actually doing is positioning them as an authority and an expert in the field. Because first of all, credibility is just perception. I believe credibility is based on results, not based off certifications, not based off credentials. Even though it's credibility, it's not about credentials. In today's world, guys, we're out of the Stone Age. I'm being dramatic there, but we're out of the school era. It doesn't matter if you got to school. Everyone and their mother has a degree now in something. So it's not really that significant if you've gone to a very big school and that's also a very Western thing. It's just all over the place. The point is the internet has normalized self-education. And because of the internet, and it created entrepreneurs and experts and people like Tony Robbins that, are multi-millionaires now, and all through self-education, they teach things. It's now more common or more interesting to learn from your neighbor who's good at something than to go to a school to learn it. And so for that reason, credentials aren't really now based anymore on where have you gone, what have you learned, or, all that stuff. It's not. In today's world, it's about results. And so if you're a coach and you go out and help 20 people for free get this massive result and you don't charge them anything, you could take those 20 results and go in and dominate the marketplace in that field and offer coaching for how much you want to charge. And the person who has a certificate, who is a certified something practitioner in coaching, has no results or one or two, will never compete with you who have no certification or practitioner in anything, but you got results for people. So people now will come pay you easily because they're like, well, you've done it for them. So if you come to me, I've helped countless coaches earn anywhere from as little as their first client at $300 all the way to $30,000+ and consistently, and build an entire business with a list. I can count them it's countless amounts of coaches. So with me, I think someone on my ad once asked me what's your coaching designation? I didn't respond because I'm there's no point in opening that conversation because clearly that person's frame of mind, that's important to them. And I'm if I try to explain to them why that doesn't matter, or that my designation, even though I am certified, it's the funny thing, ironically, I am certified in in NLP and masterminding and life coaching.
You've actually got a lot of cool certifications. I'll say that, but they really don't matter to you. You're just I don't care. If I asked you right now and I asked you where your certifications are, I'm sure you'd be I don't even know.
I don't remember, but I do remember I got them. It was at some seminar. I went and took a program weekend. But here's the thing, I also went and got that after making a few $100,000 with none of them. And so it's a lot of people just find excuses for why they shouldn't get started, or just go out and do the thing that's uncomfortable, which is start charging and building their business. So my point is, long story short, results is what really credibility is about, in my opinion. That's not a fact. It's just my personal perspective. If you don't believe me, go try to sell something for the same price as someone in your market who has way more results than you. You probably won't compete. So I just focus on getting more results with my clients, because the more results we get, the easier it is to get people to believe hey, you're credible. Credibility is just another word for certainty. Instead of, are you credible? What they're really asking is, how can I trust and be certain that you can help me? That's what credibility is perceived as, right? So we're talking about the word perception. The question was, how do you get seen as an authority, which obviously ties to what you think is credibility, 100%. Now, remember this, everything based on this topic is perception. So even if you might look, for example, you might have a PhD in coaching, but if someone comes and checks out your Facebook page and you look like a regular person, you still won't look credible. So it doesn't even matter that you're credible. What matters is, do you look credible? Which obviously opens up this shitty gray area where people who are actually good at what they do, but they don't present themselves well, aren't treated as what they're good at what they do. And then there's the people who are not good at what they do, but they have a great way of showing themselves as they are. And so they get a lot of clients. And so there's this shitty gray area is what I'm trying to talk about. Be integrable with what I'm about to teach you, because what I'm going to tell you to do will give you perceptual credibility. It'll give you perceptual authority. But I'm going to do it based off the fact that you actually have the expertise you're saying. Because then your product will also look crap. So in our program, we teach coaches to build a lead magnet. So what we do is we give them an entire template, a framework, a blueprint on how to create a really, really valuable free guide around their niche, helping their audience like learn to do something or solve a problem. Now, what happens is when you create your own ebook or free guide or a lead, not a lead magnet specifically, it is a lead magnet, but a lead magnet could be like a one-pager. That's not credibility. More so, I mean a free guide, like building an ebook. We show our clients how to create an ebook. I have like 3 now. I've done that, 3 different lead magnets. Every time, I remember the first time I ever made one, I felt for once, I'm like, oh, I'm an actually authority in this topic because I have some written now that someone could download. And it's a shorter version of a book. Obviously, a book is the ultimate form, maybe still today is the ultimate form of credibility and authority because author is in the word of authority. So if you want to have authority, you got to author something. And so what we do is we author free guides, short ebooks. And so that's the quickest way to establish credibility. Even though you're new or not new, it doesn't matter. If you have something you can give away for free, someone could download and read on that you've worked on, that you're showing them how to do something, or not talking about you, but talking about how they can achieve something with what you do, then you'll be instantly perceived as an authority and a credibility. And then just make sure the value inside the free guide is good. Because if it's not, then they'll download it. You'll be perceived as an authority and they'll read it and go, this is crap. And they won't want to like do anything with you. But the way we use it is we position authority in the marketplace by growing an audience, by creating an audience growth funnel. And we give away a free guide, so a sort of an ebook in exchange for an email. And now they're on our list. So that list is what we target after to get into our webinars, our launches, and our offers to book calls with us, to work with us. It's how we teach coaches to build their business. It's a lot easier than going out there on Facebook and like literally messaging 1,000 people a second and trying to talk to 100 of them to close one of them. I'm being exaggerated, but a lot of people make a lot of money that way. I don't see how you have the time to build an actual business because you're so busy trying to get clients. So, building a real business is the new black. Like that's what really I'm trying to say. Like you can't, like getting clients and building a business are 2 completely different actions. Okay, getting clients doesn't necessarily mean you're building a business. It means you're working. But working on what? Are you working on a one-time trade time for money transaction, or are you working on developing an asset? So I know I'm sidetracking here a little bit, but for the first 6 months of my business, when I started to build it online, I was in for the long haul. I'm like, this is going to take patience because the kind of systems I was building, I won't see any immediate return. So for the first 6 months of me building out my online system, my webinar, my funnel, my automations, my emails, my ads, everything took me like 4 to 6 months to really perfect and understand. And so in that time, I wasn't focused on trying to get clients. Okay. I wasn't trying to make money. Money would come to me still because I had offers that were selling, but I wasn't trying to push. In that same time though, somebody probably started marketing online organically and started to get clients. They probably made, like 50 grand in sales in those 6 months by messaging people on Facebook, but that's all they did all day. I'm like, in that time, I went on and built this asset. And then the next 6 months, we did hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales. And I spent maybe 5-6 hours a week with clients and a few hours on my marketing. Well, that person probably, if anything, they made another, even 100 grand, let's say, they're still spending like 8 to 10 hours a day marketing. So now they're having no asset, but had clients. And I have an entire automated asset and an entire actual business with team members in it. I'm backed by, people and a consistent stream of clients coming in. And that's because I had vision. And so short-sighted coaches will go out and just try to get a few clients right now. But visionary coaches, ooh, Jay, visionary coaches. Visionary coaches. That's a thing. We might have to use that word in our mission statement.
Okay, guys. Just to let's give you some context. We're just giving you a look behind the veil. We've been doing some marketing as a team, and we're getting really, really clear on where we're pivoting for this year. And visionary coaches.
Yeah, visionary coaching. Visionary coaching.
Guys, If you're on the team in Slack, let us know if you like that.
Yeah. Visionary coach. The visionary coach. Anyways, we'll figure it out. But that's a good word.
Very good word. Very good word.
But based off the definition I just gave, which is short-sightedness is to try to just get clients now, but having vision is being able to build an actual thing that makes a huge impact, right? So my answer to you, man, is simple. Create a lead magnet that's valuable, like a valuable free guide, an irresistible ebook, and giving guidance to your niche on what they got to do to achieve their goals in life or whatever it is. And you'll be immediately an authority because you have something like you next. Now, if you put you next to every other coach in your niche that doesn't have that, they just look like another coach, but you look like you figured something out. That's why you wrote about it. That's my answer.